Huh. What is the meaning of life? Well, if you're searching it in this movie, you won't find it. Because instead of analyzing what the meaning of life is, this movie sort of describe what life is. Does that make sense at all? This 2017 movie called Life is directed by Daniel Espinosa and stars Rebecca Ferguson, Jake Gyllenhaal, Ryan Reynolds, and many more. Well, practically, this movie is about the space mission to find life on space, particularly Mars. And as they do find the life on space, they do stuff to it, and bad stuff happens. So if you watch the trailer for this movie, especially the Red Band trailer, their newest one, you definitely know what you're going into, because this movie is literally what the trailer is expressing. The vibe, the tone, everything is literally expressed in the movie and shown in the movie. So you definitely know what you're going into when you see the trailer. I wasn't particularly impressed by this movie. I did not love it that much, but it's definitely a good and interesting movie. To start off, the visuals are stunning. I love the CGI. The CGI is really good, in my opinion. How they CG the spaceship and the alien parasite, I feel like they did really well on that because it looks really great. And also the cinematography, there is some really good shots. The way how they take the shots to make it feel like they're in space, anti-gravity kind of thing, it's really good combined with the great CGI. Those two visuals are really good that express the movie's tone and perspective really well. Aside from that, the performance is all really good. In particular, Rebecca Ferguson, she did really well. I feel like Jake Gyllenhaal did well. Ryan Reynolds is just practically being himself. Other actors and actresses in this movie was also decent, but overall all their performances are good. Despite that, the characters are kind of lacking. The only compelling characters that I find is Rebecca Ferguson's character, and that isn't even by much. There is one character in particular which dies off pretty early. I'm not gonna name which one, but I don't give a shit about that character. I don't care about that character that much because we didn't get to explore these characters. I feel like the movie managed to give character development and character arcs to all these characters pretty well fleshed out equally, but because they divided equally, somehow it become not enough for the movie as a whole, because there are some characters which are more important than others, and due to that, these more important characters, they feel like they lack these character development and character arcs, which make it not very compelling for me to understand why they die and why I should feel bad because they die in this movie. Oh, spoiler alert, my bad. Yeah, characters die. You can definitely tell that from the trailer if you do watch it. And yeah, like I said, the characters feels generic. The runtime is 1 hour and 50 minutes, and for this era of movie, especially, this is kind of high budget. I'm not sure how much the budget is, but I'm pretty sure it's quite high budget with this cast especially. So usually they are like almost 2 hour ish. I mean, this is close to 2 hours, but I feel like if they add a few more minutes to these characters, so we did understand all the arcs better, to give more layers to the characters going forward, it will impact the movie better, so I could understand and relate and understand why I should feel for them. Adding runtime to a movie isn't always great, but in this case I feel like it's needed to help the movie become better and progress more efficiently. This movie feels very claustrophobic because you're trapped in a you're trapped in a space station technically with this alien parasite trying to kill you, and it's very it's very alien-like, you know, because it's in space and it's a thriller. But as a thriller, I feel like they sort of they sort of underperform with what they're trying to achieve. The tagline to this movie is "Be careful what you search for," and I feel like that's just, well, it sort of makes sense, but stupid at the same time, because that's what I tell myself every time I go to YouTube. Bad jokes aside, back to seriousness. This movie, as it is, it's labeled as horror thriller, and I feel like it's not horror as much as thriller. In fact, I don't think it's horror at all. There is some gore elements, some sickening elements that I'm not really gonna tell because it might be spoiler, but I don't feel like it's that much horror, more thriller. And even as a thriller, I feel like it underperformed. One reasoning is because the plot sort of feels predictable. It's like when I was watching it, for me at least, I'm like, when something happened and in my head I goes like, oh, I feel like this character's gonna die, and it happened. Another thing happened and I feel like, oh, that alien's gonna go here, and that happened. So every time I see something in the movie, somehow it's so predictable for me, and it sort of ruins the thriller vibe to it. And so yeah, that's why I feel like it underperforms as a thriller. There's no jump scares or very like tense moment. I'm in the edge of my seat. And another reason for lacking of thriller aspect is the score. The score is sort of forgettable. I mean, if you watch thriller movies like Jaws, you know the score is like ding 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 ding, and then the shark appears. It's like this iconic score, so you feel more into the movie, more. What's it called? You are more, basically you are more delved into the movie, and there's lacking of score in this movie. And with the predictable plot, I feel like that's why the thriller aspect underperforms and the tone sort of drops from there. Overall, this is a decent movie, very well performed, very well animated with CGI and practical effects. Although, like I said, the characters are sort of lacking, and the theme of the thriller itself is also lacking, mainly because it's sort of predictable and the lack of score. So with that, I would give Life a 7.9. Oh man, I hurt my nose doing that. Anyway guys, if you're interested to watch Life, go for it. If you like thriller, sci-fi stories, go for it. It's not a bad movie, it's definitely interesting. There are other movies in March. March is really packed with movies, and you should definitely check them out too. If you like to see other reviews of movies in March like Beauty and the Beast, Logan, I forget again, Kong Skull Island, and Power Rangers, I have that in my channel. The link will be in the description below. If you like this video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up, like it. Tell me in the comment section below if you have watched it, if you do enjoy it or not. And if you haven't watched it, tell me if you're interested to watch it or not after watching this review. Maybe it will help you want to watch it, or maybe it will make you not want to watch it. I don't know. And if you'd like to see more, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will be uploading a lot of more videos soon. Ghost in a Shell review is gonna come out once it's out in theaters. I will be reviewing the highly anticipated Smurfs. No, I'm not excited to go for it, but I will review that movie. And also, there's going to be a new Spider-Man Homecoming trailer out soon. I'll be giving my trailer reaction video soon, so look out for that. And until next time, Jow out.